about my understanding in science, technology, and society. For Plato, in an attempt to understand reality and the external world, man must seek to understand himself too. In Plato's view of the good life, and understanding oneself sometimes gets hard. We seek and try to define the essence of being human, but then eventually we end up not solely defining it. That is a part of being human, and we can't predict one's mind and emotions. The same goes in understanding the world and its very nature. Aristotle gave definitive distinction between theoretical and practical sciences, which are the truth and the good. Truth is the aim of the theoretical sciences, like logic, biology, physics, and metaphysics. The good is the end goal of practical sciences, which covers the ethics and politics. For Aristotle's perspective, he discerned that humans are truth that we truly exist and thus our end goal is happiness. Like for example, we aiming for something and we get that something in a way we want it to be, which signifies the definition of Aristotle's happiness. The end goal of life is happiness. For Plato, there are two realities, the world of forms and the world of matters. In the world of forms, entities are only copies of the ideal and the models, only real entities. When we see copies, it implies the imitation from the real world, like for example, a wind that comes from a fan created by human. We discern that a fan creates the wind, but the real wind or one of the elements of the real world are definitely present. Second is the world of matters. That defines things that are changing and impermanent. Matters in science are anything that occupies space and has mass. Thus, in science, technology, and society, it defines things that are changing and impermanent. An example for this are the things around us that change, like human beings. We change, evolve in a different period of time. According to John Stuart Mill, an action is right as far as it maximizes the attainment of happiness for the greatest number of people. If he did something good, as long as it maximizes the attainment of happiness for the greater number of people, it is right. When technology and humanity cross, there is always a disadvantage and advantages. First, let's have the advantages of having a technology. Roles played by technology these days are: 1. It makes life so much easier and more convenient than ever before. Yes, it's true. Like, we all have experienced the convenience technology has given to us now in these days, just like the computer, which enables us to communicate easy even if we are far from the person we love or the person we want to talk to. Second, it does not only bring convenience but also pleasure and happiness to people. Definitely true. It does not only bring convenience, it also gives us pleasures like listening to good music, allow people to communicate with their loved ones anywhere in the world, and allow people to play games anytime, anywhere in the world. But as what I have said earlier, there are also a disadvantage of using a technology. So, number one is most parents would argue that these devices make their children lazy and unhealthy. Yes, it have a point. For me, sometimes technology can ruin the humanity. Like, for example, the the use of cell phones, gadgets in a very long period of time, like in using Facebook, like watching movies. It can damage the humans. It can cause humans physical health, ill, mental health, and if neglected, it can lead to death. Second is, people are already overly dependent on these devices. Yes, sometimes we are not able to work in a day without the use of cell phones or watching movies every day, and it also give us pleasure, but sometimes it's the disadvantage of this are we cannot work or assign tasks or whatsoever. And thirdly, it may bring people virtually closer but not physically or personally. Yes, just like today, as our current situation, because of the pandemic, we are currently using technology. We we present our activities, videos in a form of internet. We can meet people, but not really. We can meet people in the internet, but not in a personal, or we cannot really interact them personally. Thank you.